So we're on our wine ambassador training hour this Saturday, the 16th of April. I actually wanted to cover a couple things here. So before we get started, Sheila, let me pull out something for just, we're going to celebrate. This is the last day of our leadership awards. You're probably going to cover this, Sheila, and I'm probably stepping in on this because you always cover things. You guys, Sheila, in case you guys didn't know, is awesome. Sheila is awesome. She is on the same parallel. I swear that the shared truth between her and I is unbelievable. I love it. I cannot wait to be in Waikiki with this woman. We're gonna have a lot of fun, and you know, we've got some awesome expanded trainings that we're gonna be doing there. I promise you something. Those of you guys know who's going to go. I'll pull up this list. We'll see the winners. It's pretty much there. I mean, there could be a dark horse that could get some more points in there. We'll know by midnight tonight. But get to know them before leadership, because they're going to be transformed. I'm promising this. There's some training they're going to get from multiple areas. It's going to be very intense, and they're going to come out even better leaders when they get back after the 20th of June. So they might even have a suntan. Okay, so let me pull this up really quick my way. I want to make sure. Yeah. So, okay, I'm going to share the screen. So, all points, all wine unboxings, all the points from IBO. IBO kicked in a lot for you guys, and I'm going to talk about that in the circular motion really quick. When we bring new students in and share the opportunity with the IBO, they've kicked in for the points, and instead of having a budget, we're using it to get more people to these leaderships. So just follow the sequence we have with session 1, session 2, presenting IBO, and we do the follow through. So there are people here that without the IBO wouldn't be going to Waikiki. So gratitude to them and for kicking in on this. Wait till you see where we're going next year. And I know I've stated this before. Get your passports. Get your passports, right? Things are opening up. There's a beautiful world to see. There's beautiful places in the world to create wine too. We can go enjoy. You know, I gotta tell you something. So Niall and I, we were with Laura and her husband. We went to dinner at this little place here in very small, little tiny place, and it's beautiful. Here in Dallas, it's at the Star. That's the training facilities for the Dallas Cowboys. Niall loved it there. You know, he was wearing blue and silver. I think he's getting converted. So we were there, and we're able to get reservations at this restaurant because across the street they were doing the Lombardi celebration thing. So everybody was there, and we got seats there, and it's packed, right? And it's a nice upscale restaurant. It was a great celebration point. And we were supposed to bring in wines, and Laura left her bottle, and we left the bottle that we had to bring. And we got there. It was like a 30-minute drive for either one of us where we were coming from, and we're incredible meal, right? I shared pictures on Facebook because it was epic. And we drank they had some wines there. Now I'm going to tell you, I'm opening the book. It's all from NAPA. Right? And these are $200, $300, $400, $500, $600, $700, $800, $900, $1000, $1100, $1200 bottles of wine, mainly from NAPA. You know, it's just, that's how it works. And I know a lot of these winemakers that make these wines, and when we had the Faust, and it was a good wine, right? But there is not one of our wines that's better than that in the Grand Cru level. And we get them for $100 a bottle. We paid more than that, by the way. All right. You know, I paid way more than that. We had a couple bottles because, you know, there's 4 of us, you know, you got to balance that out. But we had some really good aged scotch and just celebrated a lot of things. And there's reasons. There's been some masterminding that was happening for the last week. Everybody in Waikiki will understand. Like, things were planned out. And this leadership summit we just had couldn't have been at a better timing to get things organized for this. So you guys know that Tandy and I plan things to the hilt. Well, the planning is very intense, but we're gonna be able to really pound out some important directions and growth in Waikiki because of this. But the appreciation, every time I drink other wines, I'm not just partial to ours, except for this. After I spend that money and I realize the next day, I'm like, man, we really have a value to take the world and get to share that with everybody. Not everybody can just lay down and not worry about it. Being able to pick up, it doesn't matter how much it costs in there, it's not going to kill me, right? I probably won't even feel it, right? But that is an awesome feeling to have. And we get to share these high quality wines without that sticker price, right? Now, in restaurants, yeah, there's a markup to it, sure. But the model we have, you guys, we're dispersing things. It's coming. Watch it. It's going to come. So they're bringing out their experts to kind of talk about different things, and we had some really good ports, and had a really good event night, right? Celebrating that, and what I just realized is we are creating events in our homes with our friends, and we're having that without breaking the bank, without spending college tuition money, right? Like anyway, I bring that up. I'm 7 days away from my last tuition payment for my daughter who's graduating the University of Utah. For me, right? Yay! So I think that last payment and dinner were about the same price. Just putting that in perspective, okay? 21-year-old Scotch isn't cheap. And we were doing doubles. So it adds up. It adds up. And I'm happy that we were able to do that. Blessed that we're able to do that. And it spawned on incredible insight and directions that's going to pay me back over and over and over again and pay all of us back. And that's why I just live in that realm. So the all roads lead to wine is really how I see things, but it's also more than that. The patient process of how everything goes. So I'm going to bring this up here. These guys that are going to Waikiki, we're not shocked. We know who shows up and builds that, but it's really one of those transformation things. And these awesome people that we get to hang out with and train with and work with and build with are just getting better and better by the year. We get to see the growth, and we literally get to focus on them individually and see where things are at. I challenge everybody to take what I did in the last training, work with your instructors to build, because you can get here and build up into being, a bigger achiever. Whatever you want to do, we can get there without having to have all the knowledge now. We have ways to work together in a team to get there. This is all based on teamwork. I want you to know that all these points you're going to see, they're not individual points. This is their team as well. Everybody wins this way. And this is one of those things we get to celebrate once a year. We do a leadership retreat that celebrates the leader doing what they're supposed to be doing and helping their teams grow. So give them the freaking appointments. You'll win, they'll win. And if you can just average, 2, 3, 4 a week, 5 a week, 6 a week, 1 a day, you could have got to Waikiki just setting appointments. That's my point. Okay. Now, starting tomorrow, Sheila, what are we doing tomorrow? 17th, what happens? You're muted.
Starting the 17th at 12:01, it starts over for our NAPA event.
Travel cash.
Travel cash.
Okay, so I'm going to be very clear on this right here, and I'm really taking up some of your time, Sheila, so you can take up some of my time if we go over. Travel cash is awarded to you if and only if, right? We're making it very lucrative, but you got to show up at the NAPA event. Okay, tickets are going to go on sale soon. It's Grand Cruise only and a +1, limited. All right. Grand Crew only, +1. And after you attend the event, you're going to get the credit to your account. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. They're in increments of $200. The point systems have been modified. We've added more ways to get points. We've increased the value of you doing social media marketing. And I know Sheila's training you guys on that. We're getting that out there. So you want to be posting in more places. Basically, you should be doing this anyway, but we increase those points, okay? And it's only going to help you build your business. And now if you're setting up these appointments and you're getting that going, you know, you're going to get more points when your instructor puts them into wine. So just put that all in perspective. We're giving you the road to get everywhere, right? All roads lead to wine, and it's going to help us with everything we're doing to get bigger and bigger. Okay, so let's have the celebration moment. Right here, I'm going to go over here on the leadership retreat. Obviously leading is, you know, our highly esteemed Niall Eddy, who's busting his butt. His team and him, he's at 1,660 points, right? He's got his own suite. You know, he's taken his, beautiful Stephanie will be out there with us. And then right below that, this is a shocker, guys. Look at this, by 5 points right now. I have a feeling it might shift before the end of the day. But look, Jackie's at 800, Donna's at 795, you know, and they're both building incredible teams. They're amazing, you know, getting there. It's team effort, right? Shark S, Nell Galinsky, Dina Harding, Deanna Young. I mean, look how close we are. And, you know, these are all qualified and in. Stacy Southward, Linda Horn, Shane Belcito, Sheila Matchett. There you are, Sheila. See, look at that. Darlena, Sean, Laura Armstrong. And then you guys, right below that, I'm going to focus right below here. This is not defeat. We're building. And a lot of things going on. These next names, they're getting it, right? If they just keep consistently growing with what they've been doing, sure, push more, but it's going to take some, you know, you're building into your team. It's always momentum that's growing. And we look at it because, you know, everybody that I'm showing here, they all have the ability to grow more. It's you know, 600 points is where this one started. To get travel cash, it's 300 points. And we've increased how to get those points, how to do that stuff. And I'll put this out there. When you're setting appointments, you know, with wine, our IBO guys have really kicked in on getting there. Everybody we get into IBO, it's 50 points. So you can add that up. The point system starts paying you cash at 300 points. So literally, if you follow like the social media training that Sheila's doing and the other MSIs, and you're doing 4 social media shares of your unboxing, that's 25 points now. It's 15 plus 10, right? 25 points. We have a 4-month travel cash incentive program. So it's going to go from April to August 16th, right? And then we're going to go right to the next leadership trip. Momentum doesn't start today. Momentum started 90 days back, 180 days back, right? We're realizing it today from the work we've already done and put into it. It's the ascension and everything, right? So we keep growing that. When you're setting appointments and letting your instructor helping you grow your business the way that we do, it's not just about getting them in. As if they come in and do everything with us, you're upwards of getting like 60, 70 points per person. So I wanted, like, you know, it's in my head. If I don't declare it, you guys aren't going to get it. I'm going to declare this, right? Every person you set up in an appointment, you are going to manifest. They're coming into the business. You're lining it up for success because you are edifying and giving them to your instructor that you know gets this. They're going to present it. They're going to bring them in. They come into wine. They get the exposure to everything because they're a partner with us. They get exposure and access to the IBO program to help them to grow and create resources to grow. This is the circular motion of it. That's another 50 points to you. So let's say you just got one of those every week for 16 weeks. It's 800 points plus. It's $800. I'm just saying, right? 2, 4, 6, 8. It's $800. 3, 600. 2, 4, 6. Get 2. It can double. I want you. It's so doable. And even $200, $400, it adds up to investing in yourself to get there, right? And I'm just letting you guys know we've given you the tools to get there, and you don't need to move a mountain. You just got to do consistency and growth, and we're making it better to be involved. All right, I'm done with my part. Now you guys get to hear from Sheila. You guys, this woman, like Tanya and I are so grateful for what she does, and she's a very powerful MSI. You guys, I just take her words in, and I gotta tell you this, on the live events, you guys, I want to tell you this, you can watch, she has this energy about her you have to experience. All right, Sheila, on to you. I'm gonna mute.
Oh, I don't know what to say about it. It got me shaking now. But yeah, guys, you need to be at those live events. It's just a whole different energy there. And I got to talk with Laura, and she gave me some cards, and she told me, she said, you are just like somebody else I did that with. I said, who? She's like, Rory. Y'all had the same cards in the same order.
It's crazy. And just so you know, that's a 1 in 24 pair. It's a weird thing, but don't go into any more of that, because that's going to happen in Waikiki.
Nope.
Starting in Waikiki.
And the thing about it is here's my notes for today. Look what I'm talking about. Wine and events.
Again, the parallels are awesome. All right, Sheila, take it away. I'm mute now, and I'm not coming back on.
All right, so yes, wine is an event. You can make, just like on our wine and dine we did this past week, showed you how you can do pizza and wings, just regular takeout, fast food. Wine makes everything an event. And one of the things that we are here for is to grow our business. So we've talked about our business proposals. So now we're going to talk about our customer acquisitions. So when we were in Texas, I roomed with some of the most amazing women, and we literally turned our business proposal into a customer acquisition page. And it's very simple. It's easy to do, and a lot of you are going, well, how can I do that? So I am going to share my screen and show you how I took one thing that I had and turned it literally into a business proposal, or customer acquisition. So Google Docs is something everyone should have. If you don't, then if you have a Word document program, use that. If you have your Dropbox, use that. But if you have Google, then you get basically Word for free, and you take it with you everywhere. So this is a customer acquisition proposal that I did for one of our other companies that we have, and we're just basically going to copy it over to our wine. And I'm going to name it customer for wine. All right, and you can change it, and you're going to have your introduction. And that's going to basically be talking about your product, and your product is wine. Okay. And then from there, we're going to go back to our template, and you're going to talk about what the wine offers. And here it's a project summary. So in our wine, it's going to be benefits of fine wine. And there you can talk about wine in general. Now, Stacy went on a whole different tangent with this, and it was amazing how you can have 4 different people in there talking about the same product and come up with 4 different ideas. So with Stacy, what she did was she highlighted some of our key wines. So you can go in there and pull out the More Than Muse, and her, y'all need to see, once she gets this done, I'm sure she's going to do a page on it. Go see her site and see how she did it. But she pulled out the More Than Muse wine, and she talked about the wines, how you can get your muse from the wines and the ones that are coming. I mean, she had some killer phrases. It was amazing. She talked about the Rickard and the pairing, talked about, just pull out certain wines. You don't have to do the whole list of wines, but give them an idea of what they're looking for. Okay. And in the benefits of wine, you can actually be talking about the health benefits of a finely made wine, a true made wine, not the fruit, the punches that we, get at the store. Talk about how wine, when it's made naturally, how it has the benefits. And for those of you that use the religious aspect of it, there are over 800 passages in the Bible that talk about wine, how it's a social medium, how it helps break through things, how it helps with, you know, your psyche, helps you calm down, relax, it helps as a benefit for your blood, to keep away illnesses and diseases. So there's things in the Bible, if you want to use that to help promote how wine done in moderation can actually be a benefit to your health. For those that are doing keto, those are doing Acularian, you can actually bring in how our wine, because of the way it's made, actually follows those protocols. That it doesn't have those added things in there that actually goes against those types of dietary requirements. So that is one of the things that you can use as a proposal. Like I said, give the benefits, the different ones, if you want to talk about it. And then here's the one thing that everybody is harping about is the cost. So again, you're going to talk about, you know, here you would do variations. And then talk about your more than used, whatever wine that you like. And then you have the Tanya series. So there's actually a series of Tanya. And then you can talk about the what do you call it? The specialty wines, I call them, which is like the Tempranillo, the Costagar, the wines that we are going to get very limited supply of, which most of our wines are. And then you're going to come down here back.
Be patient, stand by.
good time to freshen up your coffee or grab your drink or stretch your legs? Don't know what's happening.
All right, sorry about that, guys. We got some storms here.
I told everybody get up, stretch their legs, fill up their coffee, grab their tea, water, whatever.
Yeah, I had to go get my Wi-Fi card. Yeah, we got some thunderstorms popping up around here, so I'm sorry about that. Where was I?
You said something about improvise, adapt, overcome.
Exactly. Okay, let me get back for our customer acquisition. All right, so once you actually get there and talk about your customer acquisition, you want to let them know that there is a cost. You want to let them know, do comparisons. I told the girls when we were out at certain restaurants when we were in Texas, you know, take a picture of that menu. Let them see that, hey, they can go in and get a bottle of wine, you know, for X amount of dollars. But if they get a glass of wine, I think the restaurant we went to, it was like $12 to $20 for a glass of wine. All right, so a whole bottle, depending on the pour, you're only going to get 3 to 4 glasses out of it. So if they're paying $25 for a glass of wine, they're paying $100 for a bottle, and that's on the cheap side. But yet you can also say, but we have better wines and you can get a whole case up to 4 bottles for that same price of that one bottle. And then when you bring in the business aspect, or not even the business, the referral program of that same program or the same wine, then it becomes even more beneficial to them as a customer. Because then if they refer one person that continues to buy, then after that 3rd month, on their 4th month, they get a free case of wine, you know, which is their 4 bottles. All they have to do is pay the shipping and handling, because, you know, the government's going to get their percentage. But then say that they have several friends or several acquaintances or several people they want to introduce this to, then make that a priority. Let them know, hey, you can also use this as a side gig. You can make this an income earner. You can use this to replace your income. You can use this to supplement your income. And then you want to show them that aspect. There's a whole video of Rory talking about the comp plan. You can actually send them to the Wine Ambassador comp plan and let them see for themselves. If you're not sure about it, then research it. That's why I said I research everything. Rory started to issue a challenge in Texas and he pulled back because I was like, go ahead, I'm ready. You know, because I research everything. The numbers for some people speak louder than anything you say. And then you have people, they want to see exactly what you're offering. So if you have your information on your phone, take a video, sign up for YouTube. Do Zoom. Zoom's free for everybody. You know, do a Zoom program or do a Zoom commercial of you doing your wine unboxing. Do a Zoom of you talking about your wine program. Do a Zoom of you cooking with your wine and tasting it, and then post that to YouTube. And then use your own commercial to promote yourself, to promote your product. People can look at Rory, they can look at me, they can look at everybody, but if you're prospecting somebody, they want to see you. So that was the one thing about our social media that we were talking about, is when you are promoting something, they want to see how it's working for you. They want to see what benefit it is to you. So make sure that you have yourself out there. It literally is a free program, guys. YouTube, Vimeo, Zoom, put it on Zoom, upload it to your YouTube, upload it to your Vimeo, and create that link and use that as your commercial. When you are on social media, people want to see your pictures. They don't want to see a crop picture or a picture that you've taken from somebody else. They want to see your information. They want to see your dish that you cooked and served with your wine. They want to see your party that you through serving your wine with your food. They want to see you talking and unboxing what you're telling them that they need to unbox. So do your unboxings. Do a video so that you can share that video everywhere. It's good to upload it to YouTube, but sometimes it's not quite shareable to other medias and platforms. So you want to have a platform that you've created like YouTube or Vimeo or Zoom that gives a link for them to go and look at. And then in that link, you can bring them back to your website where you've created a page and talked about your wine, the benefits. You can even create a page on your customer acquisition, which is what I've done. Here's one that says how to boost your revenue with wine. This is my business proposal. And it talks about the different things that I'm going to be doing. And so when I post out there on a lot of business platforms of how wine can boost your business or your revenue, I send them here. Okay. And my links goes to the comp plan, or my links goes to one of my pages that I've created that explains the wine comp plan, or it goes to a video that I've done about the wine and the wine itself. But it gives the different aspects of our wine business. It tells them the exact cost. It tells them how to become a Grand Cru. And this is a marketing ploy a lot of you are not familiar with. You always give them best first. A lot of you give the cheapest one. Some people stop at the cheap one. Don't. Always give your best, because people always want the best. So always offer your best first and let them make that educated decision based on their budget and what they can and can't do or comfortable with. Okay. And be out there. Let them know this is the cost. Give them the bottom line. Don't sugarcoat anything. Don't try to hide anything, especially when you're doing a business proposal. Business people want to know the bottom line. They don't want to know roundabout figures. Give them the bottom line, exactly what they can look forward to. And let them see that. They can see this picture, pull it up, and read exactly what they're getting for their dollar amount. And then you just want to come on down, and then at the bottom, here it is again, customer. If they want to do it, then they can come in as a customer and try it, and give them the benefits also of becoming a customer. Don't let them think that this is less degrading because they came in as a customer. Most people will start as a customer and then see the benefit of it if they are not quite in that business frame of mind. So being a customer is still great. So talk that up. Let them know, hey, come in as a customer, experience what we have, get your feet wet in it, and then make that educated decision on where you want to start next on your business proposal. And then let them get a couple of people in. And then once they realize, hey, I'm getting free wine, but I could get a commission off of this if I would have done it the other way. So give them that fear of losing out, that, hey, yeah, thank you for that money you sent my way. I really appreciate it. But in the follow-up, that's how you word it. Basically, I appreciate that money you gave me because you got these customers in, but you probably would have benefited more if you would have been on my side of the street. So kind of, give them that little incentive to come in as an ambassador, and let them decide which one they want to come into. And as far as making your wine an event, again, you want to post out there on all your social media platforms. If you don't know how, join us on Thursday. We'll be going over that. We'll be going over Facebook on Thursday. So you want to make sure that you are in those social media realms, because that's where you're going to make your connections always. So like I said, you want to make that customer acquisition. You want to make that customer proposal. Even in the wine, when I come here and look at mine, I actually have my wine business proposal. So if somebody even asks me when I create my template, I also have a wine proposal. I got my headlines. I got my different, points that I want to talk about. I even have a newsletter that I've created that I can send out to the email. There's certain platforms when you go and post ads or post things in that you can gear directly towards businesses. You can gear directly towards customers or develop a customer base. And that's what your social media is technically it's your relationships that you've built with people that you already know or strangers. And by you creating that rapport with them, building that relationship and trust, when you do post something out there about your business, they don't jump back from it. They're not leery because you're constantly posting things. You know, ads. You want to build that relationship. So put a little bit about yourself out there. Show some pictures of vacation time. Show pictures of and videos of your unboxings. Show meal recipes. You know, show pictures like Roy does all the time, like I do, like we did when we were in Texas, of you going out having fun, things that you ate, different things. I have traveled more in the last 4 years that I've been with this program than I have my whole life. And I always thought I was an avid traveler, you know, but I never left the East Coast for the most part. I can actually say now I've been quite a few places, not necessarily in the continental United States, all because of this business. And I was able to take my laptop and not lose traction in my business. So that's one of the great things about working this is you want to make sure that you're always prepared. And I tell my students every time, your phone, I doubt there's one person here that doesn't have one of these somewhere attached to them, a phone or a laptop or an iPad. Everybody has one, okay? Shar and Trey and Stacy and Jacqueline always ask me every time I wasn't talking, they'd say, Sheila, are you posting? Yeah. Because guess what I have on here? I have all my major social media platforms I use, which is my TikTok, my Instagram, my Facebook, my Twitter. It's all here. Guess what else I have on here? My Google Drive. So my memes, my advertising, everything goes with me. So everything I have is at a touch of a button. So if I see something that catches my eye, guess what? I pull up a Google Doc, pull up an empty sheet and take notes. Because I'll come back to this later and either make a page, an advertising or something because it's right here. And it's easy to transfer to your computer. So when our site was down, guess what? I had links in here that I could use and ads that I could use and I posted. So even though my site was down, I still worked. Okay. Same thing with our wine ambassador. Even though things are down or you're like, well, I'm stuck in traffic or I got to sit at the doctor's office or the dentist office, or you're sitting somewhere wasting time. I ain't going to say wasting time. That's not the right word, but you have that downtime. If you have this at your hand, you're not down. This is your key to making your business grow, no matter what circumstances you are in. Every place will have an outlet. If you don't have internet or want to use your data, there's not a place that doesn't have free internet access or somewhere where you can get access to the internet wherever you go. And just post. Pull up your ad templates and use those. You want to make sure that you are doing everything you can to grow your business. And that means making sure that you have your information mobile. That's the reason most of us got into this business is we didn't want to sit behind a desk 24/7. We didn't want to be confined to one place 8 hours a day. We wanted to make sure that we had another outlet to get income coming in so that if something did happen and we lost that 9 to 5, we would still have a means to support ourselves. So make sure that means goes with you. Your phone is just a mini computer. That's all it is. And you need to make sure you have your tools there to follow you. So make sure that you have your customer acquisition. Be confident in who you are. I've always told people I'm a marketer. When you pull up my Facebook or any of my social platforms, it says I'm a marketer. If you're afraid to tell people that, then you don't have the confidence in your business to make it grow. You need to get out of that mindset. You are a marketer. You're a business person. And you don't market just one platform. I got one ladies group I'm in, and they always ask me, well, what product are you marketing? And I say, what are you looking for? Because we have everything, literally. There's not one niche that is out there that we don't have something to market in. Not one. We got health, we got finance, we got wellness, we got everything, clothing, personal care. There is not a niche out there that is in the marketing world or in trends that we don't have to market. So why are you afraid to tell people you're a marketer? It's up to us and we have the means and the tools and the support to change the way people see online marketing. You just have to have the confidence in yourself to pull that out there. And you have the tools and the team to support that. So you want to make sure that you have your customer acquisitions ready. You want to make sure you are confident when you write those proposals. You want to make sure that you are confident when you are actually talking to people. So that means it may require you to do a little bit of research. It may require you to go and watch that comp plan a little bit so that you know a little bit about it. It might mean that you might have to study up on those wines, because everybody knows I'm not a drinker, but I know how wines process properly. I know, exactly, not always exactly what it tastes like, but Peter has educated me quite a bit. Roy has too, so has now. I listen when people talk about how things are supposed to taste. But you always want to also give them an out, because there's some people, they're adamant. They are red wine drinkers. They will never put a white wine to their lips. So you don't want to make them feel bad because they don't drink white wine. You want to let them know, well, your palate's different than mine, and everybody has a different taste. So no matter what you prefer, it'll taste good with whatever you're drinking. You just might have a better experience if you try it with a different wine. So never make anybody feel bad or belittle anybody's taste preferences, but always let them know there's an option and give them the reason why there's an option. So that means you might have to do a little bit of research, but don't ever think that you have to know everything. Again, that's why you have your upline. That's why you have your references. That's why there's things and tools out there that you can send people to. It's all right to tell them, I don't know that answer, but I know somebody that does. That helps build up your credibility, because then you're not trying to BS them on something. People will pick up on that. So be honest when you're talking to potential customers or potential people that you want in your network. Let them know you don't know. But it's also best for you to prepare yourself as much as possible so that you do know, that you do have that answer, because you don't want to always be telling them you don't know. And if somebody comes up with something that you don't know, admit you don't know it, but the next time somebody asks you, you will know it. You go and do the research. You go ask the people that need to be asked. Hey, I need to know how this works. Don't be afraid to ask, because knowledge is your best friend. Always. I've always believed that. When I had to do something for Miss Laura, I had to struggle between knowledge and nurture. It was a hard struggle. Hard struggle. Literally, I kept going back and forth, back and forth. But I know me too. I'm going to nurture somebody and then get the knowledge to figure out how to help them. So that's made my decision. But there's some people, they want the knowledge first. Then once they have the knowledge, then they know how to help when the help's needed. So again, you need to find out who you are and be proud of who you are, which is a marketer. Always. You might be, I have 3 degrees, guys. I didn't know what I wanted to do when I grew up. But all 3 of those practices and things that I involved myself in got me to this point, because this is where I needed to be. And everything I've learned up until then has made me better at what I'm doing now. My research, my human resource, my nursing capabilities, my marketing aspect as a retail manager, traveling manager, like I said, working in a confined office, being in a car dealership. If people don't know how to relate to people, I dare you to go work in the car industry for 6 months. It'll change your whole perspective. Or retail, either one of those. It will change your perspective on how to relate to people. But all of that brought me to here. And I use every aspect of my past experiences in this business. So don't think because you're confined in a cubicle that it doesn't help you with what you're doing now. What you're doing helps relate to anything you coming up with what we're doing. I tell everybody I met this weekend, they would tell me stuff. And first thing I would say, well, where's your page on it? I look at everything as a business. Everything in your life is a business tool for somebody. Your story relates to somebody. So if you haven't written your story, then you need to. For those of you that don't have a website, go onto these social media platforms and write your story. Don't give everybody your whole life history, but there are things that you've done in your life that will attract the people that you need to attract in your business, that will be there to help you grow your business. They won't come in as a customer. Never look at anybody that comes in as a customer. You will change the way you relate to them. Build that relationship first. Let them trust you and you trust them. Then when the opportunity presents itself, then you've got that background and that basis and that trust so that you can become business partners. If you go out looking for business partners in the wrong platform and in the wrong frame of mind, it's not going to work. So always make sure, that's what I always tell my students, get your knowledge base, be confident in who you are and what you're doing. And then when you go out there on social media, that confidence will come through. Make sure that when you are on social media, you have a picture of your face, not an icon, not your car, not your dogs, not your children, you know, not your favorite place for vacation. They should relate to you and you want them to relate to you. So they should see you, your picture, your face. Now, if it's on laying on top of your Mustang, you know, or whatever, sitting on your Harley, you know, laying on the beach, make it professional. There are things you can do to crop it. So if you are leaning up against your Mustang, fine. Just make sure you're presentable, not in a bikini, you ladies, or a G-string, you guys. That's not professional. You know, if you're on, yeah, that's right, Joel. Nope. You know, if you're on your Harley, and trust me, that's my next thing. We already got our boat. My husband wants a motorcycle, so that's our next thing. You know, you don't want to be sitting there, you know, be in your chaps if you want to. Show who your true self is. You know, be in your leathers, but don't be sitting there with a Budweiser in your hand or a 40 or something. You know, that's not professional. But let people know who you are because they will identify with you. You know, if you are an avid wine person, you know, and you just, the wine is just the catalyst to help you set your day or to calm your day down, then there are groups where you can go in and have that profile picture of you sitting on your back deck. I have a beautiful back deck that oversees my backyard, which is full of woods and animals and everything. So I would be perfect place to set up my fire pit, kick my feet up and have a glass of wine sitting beside me at the end of the day because the sun sets right down, looks like right in my backyard some days. And it's beautiful. That would be a perfect backdrop. But that's the kind of pictures you take to post on your social media. You can say, do you have this ability? You know, just questions. You don't ever have to always announce your business. Put that idea in their head. Well, what is she doing that she can do that? Or what is he doing that he has that I don't? That's how you get your customer base built up on your social media. That's how you get your following. That's how you become comfortable with what you do, is you put yourself out there always. You know, you don't want to be negative always. You don't want to spill your guts to everybody. You don't want to bash your friends and family because that's going to also draw people, but not the right people you want in your business. So you always want to present professional, friendly, confidence whenever you're posting. Now, when my dog died, I bawled like a baby and I put it out there. I'm not in the right frame of mind right now because I just lost my best friend, you know? So you can put that out there too and relate to those people. But you don't have to tell the whole circumstance what's going on because they know. They've already been through it. So that's the other thing. If you post just a little bit, people are going to relate because they're like, well, she can't tell everything, but I know exactly what they're going through. So you don't need to vomit all over people, so to speak, when you're posting because they already know. You just need to let them know, hey, today's not the best day I'm having, but I'll get over it. That's it. And then post a picture of you loving your animal or post a picture of, you know, if you've lost a family member, of a good time. Always end on a positive, always, no matter the situation. Because just remember, when you are posting on social media or posting anywhere that you are presenting yourself, you always want to leave them with a good note that, hey, they might not have it all together now, but they know what they're doing. They're going to overcome. So always leave on a positive note. Have that picture of you laughing and smiling. Have that quote that's going to get you through the next few months or few weeks or few days even. You know, let them know that, hey, I'm a real person and I'm not always happy-go-lucky all the time, but I do have to experience life. That will attract your customers and like-minded people to you always. And that's the one thing you want to make sure when you are out there prospecting for customers and businesses, that you want people that share your same dreams, thoughts, and aspirations. You don't want just anybody in your business. And that's the thing about being a marketer. Once you get to a certain point, you have that privilege to choose whether or not you market with that person or you partner with that person. My website is my baby. Anybody that knows me knows that's it for me. That is my vehicle to make sure my family is taken care of for the rest of their lives. No matter what happens to me, that vehicle is there. I already got who's going to take it over if God forbid something happens to me. I'm training my daughter how to use it. And it's just going to be one of those things. It's what's the word Rory says, that you can send it down, generational. You know, most people's like, well, what's your inheritance? This is my inheritance. Not only is it a vehicle and a tool that they can use and pass down from generation to generation, but the income is going to be there generation through generation. It's not something that's a flash in the pan. And if you build your business partners correctly and right, then they will also have that same experience. And you will have a lasting legacy just based on a few tools if you use them properly and have the right people attracted to you. So that's all I have for today, guys. Again, if you want to learn how to use social media, please get with the person that invited you and join us on Thursdays. I don't know how long Rory wants us to go through this series, but I promise you, social media is a platform that we are not using to its fullest potential. But we are showing you how to use it so it's duplicatable, so you can show it to everybody and do it correctly so that you can grow your business and attract the right people, whether they be customers or business minded. So that's all I have, Niall and Rory.
Oh my gosh, Sheila, awesome, like always. And I'm really glad you touched base on the generational, because that's what this is, right? Wine's not going anywhere. It's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and more awareness to it. And that's why it's really important that we're on the same page in the way we do things. Freaking fantastic job, Sheila. Thank you as always. God bless everyone. I'm going to close this training off and we'll get the recording going, and then here, I'll be right back. So God bless. Stop the recording.